It's the Eggla and Badger Show.
He goes, they say, the wind just came by and blew my Perkins off the windowsill. My drug days are behind me, man. Last night, man, that was it.
Forget it. I'm over it.
Fuck yeah, I'm done.
It's the past.
Yeah, it's the past. I'm done now.
I'm forgiven. I forgive myself. That's the hardest part, I think, when you can't forgive yourself.
I was kicking and beating myself up a long time.
I beat the fuck out of myself.
Fuck, it's hard. I'm doing better now than I have in a long while. Since he gave me my extra health back, I am so fucking stoked about that.
Totally. Even though there's a little ageism out there, you can still kind of make it work, or you die.
I'm working. I know some people, they're not very sharp.
No, they're not.
They're not forthcoming and telling you, oh, this is how you get your benefits. You have to go fucking find out how to get those motherfuckers.
Fuck yeah, you do.
That's how they limit access to the benefits. They're not forthcoming and telling you, man, what you have coming.
Duh.
You don't know. You don't get.
You don't know. You don't know.
That's right.
You don't know what you don't know. And the more you know you don't know.
I don't know.
It's too clear in here, man.
I can turn it off. It'll smoke up here in a couple of minutes. This was a hallmark of how much smoke there was in the air.
The haze factor.
The fog factor. The parts per million.
There you go. You gonna do anything for 420?
No. On 419, though, I'm planning on dosing. That's bicycle day.
On the 19th? I thought it was the 16th.
That's the first time he'd accidentally discovered it. The first time he deliberately took it was on 419. Albert Hoffman.
Cool.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, welcome, Greg. Welcome to the Sculpture Studio.
Wow.
Take a look around. Hi, I'm Jonathan Bickart, figure sculptor. Studio here in beautiful Inglewood, California.
You have a great studio, man.
It's if you have to be somewhere. This is an okay space.
What's up with the skulls? Just
A, I like skulls. B, I collect skulls. I have so many because I teach with them, and it was nice to be able to give each person their own skulls as a reference in a head workshop. But the real reason is they're all different. This is like a male skull, female skull. I collect anatomical models as well.
all your sculptures?
Yes, those are all bronzes. This is my favorite sculpture. It's called Adam on the Eve. Polychrome bronze and stainless steel. I've been an artist since I was a little kid. I was one of those few kids that not only excelled in art, but was dedicated to it, and it, probably to compensate for academic issues. Wasn't the best student. I found comfort and direction in being creative. Everybody played with crayons and clay when you were a kid. I just didn't stop, and it led to this. The reason why people do art, though, is always really interesting. When you're a child, you do it for reckless abandonment, and it's just really fun. And then you get to school, and you want to be the best kid in school with art, and then you get to art school, and you realize everybody's really good, and you just say, I just want to learn and have quality, and then you go through your career trying to balance that knowledge and information, and then you want to become happy, and that's very different for everybody. For some people, it's being prolific. Other people, it's having validation of sales and work. But there's a few more levels to it where you evolve and let go, enjoy the process.
Yeah.
This has been done for thousands of years. It's not rocket science. Some people occasionally can be ridiculously talented without any training at all. It's just width, depth, and height. And if you have a good understanding of spatial form, then things usually work out well. Dealing with water-based clay here. This is called B-mix clay. Not traditionally a sculpting clay, but I like it because it's really smooth and fast. There's a magic of clay. I've shared a story many, many times that people consider this material to be cheap, and for that reason don't give it a lot of honor. But in certain Asian cultures, people would make and wedge clay and put it away for their grandchildren, and you pull out clay your grandfather made for you. And in that process, they instantly appreciated it and made things of deeper purpose. And you don't waste it. It's easy to go to the store now and just go buy a bag of clay. I try to think of what that clay would be like in anybody else's hands to give it some honor. And but as a teacher, that's one of the best joys in the world as well, is just if you can imagine giving 10 different people a piece of clay and knowing their potential and seeing what they make, from a child to a doctor, they can have profound experiences connecting to communicate in this language. It's universal. I can go anywhere in the world and speak in this language and be completely understood, and that is super rare. Most people like touching things with their hands. The clay feels great. This is primeval.
All the way.
And, my question is, do we sculpt Gregg? So ultimately, I like sculpting everything, but I gravitate to the human head. I like faces and portraits so much. I stare at people and gravitate to the geometry and ethnic descriptions, as well as character and symbolism to the portrait. Again, it's been around a very long time. One of the first things that sculptors do is find a center line. Divide your space in half. The human head has a lot of proportions. I follow the Loomis method. They divide the face into equal thirds, minus the hairline. So to plot the hairline, you divide the space in equal thirds, and you would have a pretty good face. Good way to go. Second line down represents your eyebrows. Although that would be where the eyes are, they should be halfway in the middle of the head. Pretty accurate. So 1/3 is the hair to the eyebrows, 1/3 is from the eyebrows to the bottom of the nose, the other third is the nose to the bottom of the chin. One of my favorite methods here is to carve out a shelf underneath the forehead. A lot of people prefer just to put their thumbs in and poke the eye sockets in, but this allows a little bit more interpretation of the geometry planes.
When did you get into sculpting?
Why did I get into sculpting?
Yeah.
When I did other forms of art, I enjoyed it, and there were different amounts of struggles, but when I started sculpting, I found out that I realized if the clock stopped and I had that much fun and didn't want to put it down, then that was something that I want to explore. And I later found out that was kind of true. They say if you're doing what you want, you never have a job. You just get to enjoy what you do. And I felt that that's been the case. So basically this leaves you with a forehead. Again, to mark the bottom of the nose. There's an upside down triangle that exists called your glabella. That is a transition from the forehead down into the face, and men are different than women, but I like sculpting that glabella. It gives a beautiful shadow.
I never knew that.
And there's several things on the face that everyone knows about by looking at them, but to know the names of them would be a little elusive. The glabella is one of them. The little dimple on your upper lip is also one, your philtrum. And the little bump on your ear being your tragus. I like building up a little bit more of a mound for a mouth. It covers your teeth, gives a good volume. When the pandemic hit, everybody thought art was going to die, and I was laughing because art's never died. Usually hardship gives people fuel for art. AI world and all of people's fears, are expanding people's desires to touch clay and blow glass, do something that's real, and it's exciting to see it. I don't think that's going to change at all. It's been funny, other than cutting the eyebrow in, the basic tool I've been using here has been my fingers, which is the best tool you can have. But you get to a point where tools are magic. To get realism or specifics, there's about 10 tools that would help you out with a portrait. This particular tool is made by a guy named Philippe Farot, and he was a very famous educator and sculptor, and he made his own tools, and he was a doll maker, and he made things to make doll eyes, but it's good for nostrils, any forms on lips, and one of the best tools to have. There are a few rules here. Your eyeballs have 1 eyeball width between your eyeballs. The human head is 5 eyeball widths wide. So to see the relationship of the outside to the corner of the eye has to be 1 eye width. The distance from the nostril to the eye is 1 eyeball. The width of your nose is 1 eyeball. The corner of your mouth to the edge of your face is 1 eyeball. It's an odd way to measure. On your forehead, the only part of your forehead that's actually truly facing forward is this amount right here. The next one is a lateral plane. And the next one is your temporal plane. Your ears go from about your upper eyelids to the bottom of your nose, but one of my favorite measurements to teach anybody, which I love, is the distance of which your ears are. Your ears will always fall, the whole of your ear is in the middle of your nose, straight across, so that would be the whole of your ear, but your chin to your eyebrow, chin to the eyebrow is the same as from the tip of the nose to your ear, so I'm going to happen to be in the right spot. And again, from your upper eyelids to about the bottom of your nose is the size of a human ear. And ears don't go straight up and down. They you take the angle of your nose, you back it up about 5 degrees, and that will get you the angle of a human ear. And all of those statistics are completely subjective because everybody's different, and but the guidelines to go by are good safety nets. Oh, some good cheekbones. Your zygomatic arch here. Yeah, I think I made my face a little wide, but we'll stick with it. Another ear on. This is just water-based clay. It has to be dried completely and put in the kiln and fired about 1,900 degrees. At that point, you can either glaze it or you do different things to color it, but it will then last for thousands of years. Would recommend to anybody who wants to be an artist to learn anatomy. A muscle that runs back of your skull, called your sternocleidomastoid, turns your head from left to right. It is a great indicator of how forms change and why. Yeah, it's beautiful as shit. I've been looking for years, but I found a guy who flipped the whole set and the price of half for one of them. This is not my style, but look at that. Is that not just one of the most beautiful illustrations of 1918 anatomical chart? At this point, I'm going to put the eyes in. One of the methods is just pressing the clay in. I could have added little worms and added the lids, but I had enough volume on there. And again, this tool is very helpful using the Philippe throat tool. Do it in one shot. That is my show. One of my favorite people who sculpted heads was a person who was crazy by the name of Franz Xavier Messerschmitt, who had sculpted heads in different intense facial expressions. Today, that wouldn't have been considered anything abnormal, but in the 1700s, it was very rare. And he only did like 36 of them known, and he was in a lot of obscurity for most of the years until J. Paul Getty Museum purchased one of his for an undisclosed amount of millions, and suddenly now there's a newfound desire to show and collect Messerschmitt, as limited as they are. So as you can see, basically I have a human head mapped out. It's a bit of a mugshot. I made his upper lip a little short, so...
Do I look like?
When you put eyes on it, actually breathes a little bit of life to it.
Totally, look at that.
So my question at this point is whether I want to put hair on him just for fun. You know, a mohawk, a flat top, Elvis hair.
Little looks like me.
Well, I wasn't trying to make you. I should have. If I did, you would have had to sit in front of me. You want me to convert it to you?
Okay, I thought it looks like me already.
You want me to do that? I can definitely do that. I could.
Totally.
All right. Well, then we're gonna play. And I won't put hair on it. Now I get to have a different type of fun. Okay. But as you can see, you know, the head turns into something by itself, and eventually you become having a conversation with the piece you sculpted. But like I told you, I was, when you were talking over there, you have a series of lines coming off your ear now, like 6 of them, that are so cool and so sculptural, and the lines from your laugh lines and your character lines are just radiation. Like right now, no, this is, there's a few sculptors that would have been the reason to sculpt you alone right there. If I sat down and just sculpted someone, to me there's only one thing. It's this moment between you and me, and I'm just going to try to make a document of it. Working on this commission. I've got a bunch of levels. I have to do 35 or 25, 30 books. This kid's sitting on a tower of books. Inside will be a little lending library. Sculpture garden in Reseda. Hey, you know, there's this muscle on your neck. Yeah, it's called your platysma. And to make it pop out, all you do is frown. But yours is wicked. You've got 2 just brilliant cables shooting out at the edge of that muscle. That's pretty trippy to see. And by the way, well, you're laughing at that. That's this artist that I was talking to you about.
Oh shit!
Crazy. Franz Xavier Messerschmitt, and they were sculpted in the 1700s, and now they're worth millions. And yeah, but we could do that to this in an instant. Man, you have an unusual chin, and it's like a little bump on one side, an asymmetrical swing. And
I think it's actually it's pretty good.
We spent working on it. It's a fun piece of clay. It fired nicely. It has a it has an interesting vibe. It's so funny. When you hold a camera close to anything, the nose gets huge. If you stood back and then zoomed in, it's an extremely different portrait.
Let's try that. I've actually worn that.
Truth never hides. Living for their future. Peace is inside. Teach love and helping. Truth never hides. Life is compelling. Care for a home. History forgiven. Slow down and know. Tolerance is strength. Faith a choice. Believe in yourself. Gives you your voice. Be who you are. Giving your grace. non-race. Peace is inside. Truth never hides.
Welcome back to Sonics. Fresh episode of everything. My next diamond sculpture is in the gluing phase. A couple hours on that. I'm going to work on my incline. I had in my head this idea where it's inclining, and this box is going to project off the end of it. Open on one side. I kind of am leaning towards this. I'm gonna model it up, make it in cardboard. I'm gonna make a pattern of that box, and then make it in wood for the end of this. I'm gonna sand that. I'm gonna sand it. It'll be a second before I get gluing. There's nothing better for a pattern than cardboard. Cut, cut, cut. Pattern, pattern, pattern. Yeah. There you go. Toodaloo, toodaloo. And you got a burrow, tiger, another tiger burrow, tiger stripes. Tiger along the sides. Yep. And they're like they're a smidgen. They will be edged. Tiger's on the side, I think. And then the burrow on the top. Nice, nice, nice. Top. Burrow. Get the spelling right. Blubs. Get it right, blubs, okay? Side, top. All right, orientate. Outside, side A, out. Top burrow, open. This is just gonna orientate it. Some don't need it, some I can just like, but this is gonna be like a puzzle that comes together. Burrow is going to be like that, and then this is going to be or this way. Do we have any knots to deal with? No, just a little bit. I like the knots. The knots are going like that. So, there we go. Okay, everybody close your eyes. I got to do some magic right here. Close your eyes just for like, I don't know, 6 seconds or so. Hold on, keep them closed. Keep them closed. Hold on. Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on. Okay, you can open up your eyes now. You can open up again. Okay. That magic is magic tape. It's a thing. Like it's a thing. It's a thing. People who know magic is you're in a roll. It's in a roll, and 3M owns it. 3M. Shout out to 3M. Way to go for keeping it real for so long. Or so. I like that. All right. We're going to do that again. So everybody just close their eyes again if you want. Uh-oh. Oof, thought I just ran out of some magic. That would just be devastating. When you run out of magic and you're like, oh my gosh, where's the magic? Oh, you just have to create it then. You just have to do it. All right. Ooh, shit. There you go. Hold it together. Magic has its limits, you know. It's not what it's all cracked up to be. You gotta be prepared for, you know, things. I'm attempting to make this box before I cut the wood in an approximate geometry of what I know it's going to be, sort of. And then once I know what it's going to be, then I can mess around with it and make it something. Okay. That could go like that. Don't be a dick. Oh, come on, Magic. Stick with it. Alright, now I'm going to translate that into wood. Side A, side B. That's going to be a little bit of tiger. Tiger. Alright, now I'm going to prep that. And then this will be on the top. A little burl tiger. Burl tiger. Tiger burl. Tiger burl. Burly burl. Alright. That is going to be torqued into place. Wants to scream. Super close. I'm gonna have to devise a gluing method, and that'll kind of come together for the event in June still happening. San Pedro. That's what this is for. We're also having Art Mart here at the Guild, April 26th, 1 to 5. It's going to be a multimedia art extravaganza. I'm planning on showing up. There's going to be some very cool art. There's many artists involved. I'll be telling you that. That's 9 weeks away or so. And yeah, it's our 30th Sonics episode. I'm totally stoked. I'm making my art, doing my stuff. Thanks for showing up. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm going to keep going. Stay creative. Peace.